men, we're strapped up, okay? You see the piece. We're on full alert. The studio's in lockdown. The president has been shot, okay? We're on... What was that? What was that noise? It's fucking... LuBug's right outside. He's protecting us right now. This is a serious moment. You thought everything else that happened up till this point in your lifetime via the United States history was extreme. You thought that like something else in your lifetime was just great. This is the moment. This is the moment we've been waiting for. This is the moment that will change your lives forever. This will be in history books. Your children will ask about this man now. Up until this point, Donald Trump was just a guy who wanted to be president. And now he's more than that. And I mean, we've gotten to this point. Listen, it happened almost a week ago. This is the unfortunate part about dropping on Fridays when the event happened on Saturday. We almost had an emergency pod, but I wanted this story to kind of mature. I wanted to get more info. I wanted RNC to happen. I wanted the best for you guys. So here we are now, ready to go. And listen, this hasn't been something that just like, poof, an idea just came into our heads. This is something that people have been talking about for a few months now, okay? This is Tucker Carlson. Love or hate the man. You know what I mean? Whatever your opinions are politically, listen, everyone knows this is not a political podcast. I don't have a side. I'm not registered. I don't know what the situation is. I'm probably not going to vote considering the fact that it's pretty much a landslide at this point. So when it comes to the actual politics and belief system of the entire thing, what you're supposed to do, count me out, okay? This is for entertainment purposes only. Whatever you believe, I mean, you can't deny the fact that this is the reality that we're living in.
They called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot about what happened on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back. Then they indicted him. It didn't work. He became more popular. Then they indicted him 3 more times. And every single time his popularity rose. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work, what's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously. And no one will say that, but I don't know how you can reach that conclusion. You know what I mean? Like, they have decided, permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them, they just can't have him.
So, and that's it. And that's where we're at. And so fast forward to July 13th, this past Saturday, July 13th, when this kid, this pimple head of a nerd, this Republican doing it with daddy's gun of a shooter. Listen, we're not going to say his name. We're not going to put his picture on the screen. I'd rather look at Tucker for the rest of the episode, but we're not going to. It's not worth it to me. It's this kid. He's dead. So here's what happened. Okay. I know everyone at this point knows, but we've got to cover it for the content. This was Saturday. It was crazy. It just, I was at a wedding. I was at the middle of the wedding. I got news from multiple sources. I have an informant now, okay? This podcast, we're taking it into a new stratosphere. Not only do we have Jeff, he's doing all the clips for us, but I have this informant who is very close to the Secret Service, very close to the president, and he is on the ground letting us know all of this information, what happened on Saturday. So this is, oh man, for those of you who potentially haven't seen it yet, here it is. Here we go.
If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
And so no one even really knows what happened. Some people are screaming, Trump's down, Secret Service is on him. Dude, the people who are pointing the cameras still, I would be terrified. Like, the Secret Service could mistake that for a gun and instantly, like, just take you out. Like, I mean, this moment is so chaotic. Listen to Secret. Okay, so here, listen. This is where the mic's still on. They haven't cut audio yet. So this is, we don't necessarily know what exactly is going on or what 100% happened, but listen to Secret Service here, okay? I don't know. Yeah, Megs is still shook up about it. She's still texting me a week later. Megs and I are still just, it's crazy, man. So here's Secret Service. Ready? Listen. And then Trump in this moment too. I mean, just... Shooters down. Okay, so they get confirmation that the shooter's down. It's kind of hard to hear here. There's other clips that have better audio. So they say the shooter's down. It's time to move Trump. They're getting him off the ground. They're creating a blockade. I mean, just a chaotic. Wow, dude. This is whoo, wild times. So just. And here's Trump. No idea what's going on. His shoes. So they're trying to get him off the stage. They're like, dude, we got to get you out of here. And Trump has two things that he is 100% worried about. One of which, it's his shoes. He says 3 to 6 times, let me get my shoes, let me get my shoes. Now, of course, they're probably customs. They've got the custom lifts, okay? You know Trump's a little on the shorter side. He needs those shoes. He doesn't want to leave those behind. If he's going to have to walk from the vehicle into the hospital room, he doesn't want to be seen without his shoes, okay? He doesn't have an extra pair. The one time, right before they left for Pennsylvania, which is insane that it's happening here, by the way. We'll get to it. But the fact that this one time that he didn't take an extra pair of shoes, now in this insanity of a moment in his life, he's like, yo, hey, fellas, hey, whoa, pause. Someone let me get my shoes, please, okay? And then, number 2, to create what might go down in history as one of the most iconic, as one of the most badass, as one of the most, it doesn't matter what side you're on, you have to agree that this is America. Fight! 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 And then he's out. He's out. We're good. We got the hat in the hand. The fist is in the air. I mean, and at this point, we still don't know exactly what happened. I mean, get him out, get him in, and he's out. Oh, man. So this is crazy. I mean, the president of the former president, Donald Trump, Republican nominee, future president of the United States, Donald Trump, in an assassination attempt. Heavy. It's been a heavy week, okay? All of the news has been the same. We now know essentially everything that happened. The man was shot right through the ear. Take me to Macy's. Let's get our ears pierced at Claire's. You get the free earring with the purchase. Let's get it done. Donald Trump, you got to get a gauge now. You got to get a gauge to fill it in, like a red, white, and blue ring in there. That'd be sick as fuck. Okay? So, I mean, it's just, it's an iconic, it will go down in history as a moment. And I mean, listen, hey, here's the stats, dude. You want the stats on the whole thing? Trump's got 3 BMs. And for the white people listening, that stands for baby mamas. He's got multiple mugshots. He's got 34 felonies. And homeboy was just shot through, and survived. Trump is officially now at the top of the list for black presidency. I mean, let's be honest. Let's just be honest with what it is. The man's got a resume, and if this won't become one of the biggest landslides, I mean, here's a list. Here's a list of presidents in history that have been assassinated or wounded by one. In 1865, of course, we had the death of Abraham Lincoln. 1881, James Garfield. 1901, William McKinley. They were all Republicans. And then John F. Kennedy, the Democrat, was, of course, assassinated. Rest in peace to those wonderful gentlemen. And then shot at but wounded, of course, 1912, Theodore Roosevelt. 1981, Ronald Reagan, which caused a 22% uptick in his approval rating, which caused a landslide in his election. He won, which is essentially the numbers that we're seeing here for Zaddy Trumpets. Of course, he's on the list now too. And it's history. It's history in the making.